evening. Many thanks for joining us live on QTV. You are watching QTV News and I am Ajibintu Drame. In tonight's top stories. President Adama Barrow, accompanied by President Alpha Conde on Friday, visited the main source of power under the OMGV project in Sambangalo, Guinea. We hear how the Gambia is commemorating World Environment Day in a bid to preserve our environment. Gambian journalist and co-founder of The Point newspaper, Pap Sen, has scooped the prestigious International Business Executive Magazine Award. Tough Leadership Academy on Saturday graduated its second cohort of 152 fellows after a year's training in leadership skills. In business news, 28 people graduated and were certified on Friday, having completed a 5-day training course on diplomatic practice, etiquette and protocol. We hear what Lee Properties Plus Real Estate and Building Materials Company is doing to mark its 3-year anniversary. Well, those were our top stories for tonight. Do stay tuned for the news in detail. Now, President Adama Barrow, accompanied by President Alpha Conde, on Friday visited the main source of power under the OMGV project in Sambangalo, Guinea. The sub-regional energy project is expected to put an end to electricity problems in member states. Aliou Cisse reports.
Promoting sub-regional integration and cooperation through energy partnership, the Gambia River Basin Development Organization, better known as OMVG, comprises Guinea-Conakry, Guinea-Bissau, Senegal, and the Gambia. The hydroelectric energy project is funded at a total cost of $1.2 billion, with the African Development Bank in the lead. Other donors include the French Development Agency, the European Investment Bank, the Islamic Development Bank, German Development Bank, West African Development Bank, World Bank, and the Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development. The project is expected to complement the government's commitment to providing cheap and clean electricity to all Gambians. The Sama substation is one of the 15 major OMVG interconnection substations in member countries. The interconnection component of the project is funded at an estimated $722 million. It includes a 1,677-kilometer long line with a transmission capacity of 800 megawatts linked to the Sambangalo Dam in Guinea. President Barrow, who replaced Alpha Conde as the chairperson of the Conference of Heads of States and Government of the OMVG, applauded his colleagues for their commitment to the project.
Looking at this building, you know that this is not a small project. According to the technician, from the ground level is 110 meters high. From the sea level, it's about 200 meters high. That is very, very big. The length of the building is 1 kilometer, 0.6, and it is 8 meters wide. It's a big project, it's an electric project. It has a water component also. So the project is a social project. This is the project that will solve our electricity problem in the sub-region. This is a project that can bring cheap electricity for us, affordable electricity, and reliable electricity. And we cannot develop as a country without electricity. And Gambia, we will inaugurate the project in October. Seize this opportunity to thank Guinea, Bissau, Conakry, Gambia, and Senegal for coming together, because we are talking about integration. I think this is the best way to invest so that we can help our population.
The sub-regional energy project, once completed, will help address the chronic electricity supply challenges in the Gambia. The OMVG energy project comes at a time when the demand for constant electricity supply is increasing among Gambians, who have complained of poor availability and high cost of electricity, in addition to the lack of universal access to electricity. Therefore, the OMVG interconnection energy project is seen as a game changer, as it is believed to have the potential to address all these challenges. After performing Friday prayers, President Barrow visited the Guinean seaport, which was followed by a bilateral signing ceremony in different areas, including tourism and fisheries. He also had a meeting with the Gambian community in Guinea. Reporting for QTV News from Abuja, Nigeria, I am Aliou Cisse.
The Gambia today joins the rest of the world to commemorate World Environment Day. As part of activities marking the day, Green Up Gambia, an environmental conservation organization, planned to propagate 5,000 seedlings. Our reporter, Momodu Gajaga, joined volunteers at Medicinal Garden in Bakau, and he now reports.
In the face of heightened environmental degradation, the theme for this year's commemoration, Ecosystem Restoration, highlights the challenges we face globally and specifically as a nation. These volunteers are putting compost in small poly bags, which will be watered and seedlings propagated on them. Kemo Fati, Executive Director and Head of Community Engagement Civic, explains.
This year, 2021, we are starting another decade on ecosystem restoration, which will end by 2030. So we are hoping that at least, people's morale and conscience will come back, because we have been seeing a lot of environmental degradation.
For decades, many volunteers have been raising awareness on how our environment has been depleted due to human factors such as illegal logging, pollution, overfishing, and bushfires. One of the ways to mitigate some of these impacts is free planting.
If we have our trees and all other, shrubs around, definitely there would be a stable, environment where we can really, be able to gain our ecosystem goods and services from. But more often we have seen that there has been, a biodiversity depletion happening here. Most of the indigenous tree species today that we are trying to restore here, such as the rosewood, are all, getting extinct and in fact endangered now. So if we plant these trees, they are growing in 60, 70 years' time. So that means they might not even be here for us, but rather for our children.
We need the environment as much as the environment needs us. Since we are intertwined, protecting it is important for our survival as humans and animals around us. These participants echoed the importance of saving the environment.
It signifies the importance of the environment. How are we going to combine together, support one another to restore this wonderful nature?
Inspire people to take care of the environment, because it's everyone's responsibility to take care of the environment.
This group of young Gambians made a declaration to protect the environment with this powerful message.
It is a sobering reflection that in a relatively short period of our history, most of our larger wildlife species have disappeared together with the original forest cover. The survival of the wildlife still remaining with us, and the setting aside of protected natural habitats is the concern of all of us. Today, we pledge our untiring efforts to conserve, for now and posterity, as wide a spectrum as possible of our remaining flora and fauna. The Banjul Declaration.
Momodu Gajaga, QTV News.
Now, Gambian journalist and co-founder of The Point newspaper, Pap Sen, has been awarded the prestigious International Business Executive Magazine Award. In an exclusive interview with QTV's Anzumane Esonyasi, the veteran broadcaster says the award is dedicated to Gambians.
A legend in his own right, revered by many, humble, jovial, and highly respected. Pap Sen is the co-publisher of The Point newspaper. The veteran journalist, whose work stretches across various sectors, especially sports and current affairs, has scooped yet another international award, namely the Business Executive Magazine's Media Point as Africa's most respected CEO of the year. Business Executive Magazine is a leading publication covering various sectors such as the economy, business, and socio-economic advancement in West Africa, amongst others. Winning this prestigious award undoubtedly cements his place as one of the most internationally recognized Gambian journalists. The veteran journalist, whose career spans across 5 decades, was nominated with 4 others from Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, and South Africa. In his first media interview since he was crowned winner, the veteran journalist says he is dedicating the award to all Gambians for always believing and standing by him, especially during difficult moments.
Just to thank all my compatriots, all other citizens of this world, America, Europe, Asia, all Gambians, for the great support they show me by voting me victorious about this award. I would like to thank everybody.
Pape Sène showed us an album containing photos of him with several respected world leaders. Among them, post-independent African leaders as well as iconic figures such as former Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat, Abdoulaye Wade of Senegal, Burkina Faso's Blaise Compaoré, Félix Houphouët-Boigny of Ivory Coast, the late General Ansoumana Mane of Guinea-Bissau, former president of the Confederation of African Football Issa Hayatou, among other world leaders. The veteran journalist hopes by winning this award he will inspire the younger generation of Gambian journalists to follow in his footsteps and that of his other senior colleagues. Pape, as he is fondly called by many, has during his 5-decade-old career served as correspondent and dean for Reporters Without Borders in the sub-region for the past 17 years, media officer for the Confederation of African Football for 8 years, and remains the longest-serving correspondent for Reuters news agency in Africa, having worked with them for 45 years.
It was very tough. It was the big challenge. In a sense, as you rightly said, those countries has more population than the Gambia. Gambia is only 2.2. With all this, thank God, I was optimistic when I rate my performance. But population-wise, I was pessimistic. But God decided that I was crowned champion.
Nicknamed the Encyclopedia of Gambian Sports Journalism for his unmatched ability to remember dates of key matches and events in Gambian sports, especially football, the veteran journalist says he has covered 3 World Cups and the African Cup of Nations competition 16 times. He also won the 1988 International Quiz Competition on African football. In 2006, he was awarded Press Freedom Heroes Award in Germany by Johann Philipp Price Foundation, and in 2014, he received an award from the Post of Zambia publication, and the International Press Institute dedicated a book to his career as a World Press Freedom Hero. And before his recent award, he was in 2019 awarded Man of the Year by the Black American Journalists Association across 50 states in the U.S. In a message to young journalists, Pape Sène urges them to always exercise discipline and remain dedicated to duty, and enjoined all Gambians to always maintain peace, especially during the forthcoming presidential elections. He also called on government to support journalists by reducing taxes and provide subvention for media houses. Antoine Esonyasi for KTV News.
Well, congratulations to him. And from that story by Esonyasi, we will take a short commercial break. Still to come, we have more local stories and business news follows. Do stay tuned.
Your favorite mobile service has done it again. Now you can buy cash power with your QMoney account free of charge. Yes, you heard me right. For free. Nothing is cheaper than free. So start buying your cash power from the comfort of your homes with unbeatable services QMoney has to offer. With QMoney, life is easy. Visit your nearest QMoney agent to cash in or call customer care on 133 for more information. Don't forget to wash your hands with soap after handling cash. Stay home, stay clean, stay safe. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back. If just tuning in, this is QTV News. Now, Tough Leadership Academy on Saturday graduated its second cohort of 152 fellows after a year's training in leadership skills to preparing the next generation of Gambian leaders. The ceremony was held at the Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center in Bijilo. Babu Kasi tells us more.
Recognizing the significance of great leadership at all levels and the impact it has in the lives of Gambians, TAFLA was created to serve as a training academy for our future leaders. The academy provides training to the next generation of Gambian leaders on diverse issues based on their areas of interest. In his opening remarks, the president of the Tough Leadership Academy, Mustafa Njai, said leadership is an issue in Africa and thus something needs to be done to address it.
We thought our humble role, if we're seen to be successful as an entrepreneur and at the age that we are in, is to look back at these young ones, aged between 18 and 30, and start working on them. If we empower them, if we train them with the right skills, with the right values of leadership, I think we will probably change the narratives.
Dr. Roddy Cole spoke on behalf of the team of judges looking into the work of 80 young architects competing in affordable housing design.
For one thing, there's no criteria set for participation. We didn't feel any particular group has a monopoly on creativity or passion, so it's open to everybody that's interested. Architects, architectural technicians, artists, planners, anybody that wishes to participate is invited to participate.
The Chief Guest of Honor, Pastor Francis Forbes, spoke about opportunities and challenges, advising the fellows to make good use of the knowledge gained during the fellowship program.
We all have opportunity. In this hall here today, there is massive opportunity. Around these grounds, there is opportunity. Years ago, we called it the Monkey Park. Today, it's called an international conference center. Opportunity. Leave these premises with that in your mind. Run together, make TAF proud, make TAFLA proud, make TAF Africa Global proud, and make this our sweet smiling coast proud, and make your families proud, because you understand that none of us is as good as all of us put together. And let's trample tribalism, trample all these things on foot, work together as one people under one God, and bring the levels of prosperity and success that we have never seen.
Basiru Jai gave the vote of thanks on behalf of the graduates.
The one-year intensive leadership training of TAF Africa Leadership Academy has taught us to weigh risk and benefit, pros and cons, and to envision multiple possible outcomes, that is to say, better decision makers. This way of thinking is something we all exercise in our daily lives. Every fellow of TAF Leadership Academy sitting here today is able to identify and understand his core values, because they are our fundamental beliefs.
Abibatu Sise shared her thoughts after completing the year-long leadership training.
Alhamdulillah, we have completed it. We've gone through a lot of trainings, leadership values that were inculcated in us, like honesty, accountability, decision-making, and a whole lot of values that will help us as future leaders.
TAF Leadership Academy aims to train 1,000 leaders within the next 5 years. The different leadership sessions will feature a series of activities that enhance critical and creative thinking and encourage the participants to solve present challenges in innovative ways. TAF Leadership Academy had its debut meetup in February 2019, where Mr. Mustafa Njai and other TAF associates oriented the first 50 youthful Gambians about the daunting task ahead of them as future leaders. Babu Karsi, QTV News.
Now on to business news. "28 people have graduated and been certified on Friday, having completed a 5-day training course on diplomatic practice, etiquette and protocol." Mobudulamin Choi reports.
Retired but not tired, a veteran Gambian diplomat is embarking on an academic venture to offering training services in the Gambia on diplomatic ethic and protocol. A man with a string of qualifications and nearly 3 decades-long experience in the diplomatic arena has recently retired from service and began another journey in a field that he is passionate about. The former Gambian ambassador to Senegal, Ibrahima Ousmane Ndour, who retired in November 2020, is using his experience and expertise to offer training services.
It is high time that we consider leaving a legacy to our children, our grandchildren. During the First Republic, we had the best civil service. So much so that countries within the West African region used to send in civil servants for attachment.
The veteran diplomat established in December 2020 a training firm called Diplomacy, Ethic and Protocols Consulting, which draws on his vast experience to offer training services on diplomacy in the Gambia. Already, the training consulting firm is up and running. On this occasion, 28 participants, most of whom are from the civil service, are being awarded certificates after a 5 days long training on diplomacy, ethic and protocol.
What we did, we had a lot of scenario-based practicals, like we got them to prepare a state banquet, a state visit of a foreign head of state coming, or preparing the official travel of the President of the Republic or the Minister of Foreign Affairs, organizing a banquet, a state visit, and so on.
At the ceremony, the CEO of Sahel Investment, Abdoulaye Toure, recounts the history of Gambia's renowned civil service during the First Republic. Toure also urges Gambians to take pride in and celebrate its successful people at the most convenient time.
And Mohave has 5 wells. Say in life you have to have 5 wells, W-E-L-L-S, well. 1, you must be well read. Number 1. You must be well spoken. Number 2, you must be well traveled. Number 3, you must be well dressed. Number 4, and you must be well mannered. And all those wells are in Excellency Ibn Dur.
For the participants, the training has been a rewarding experience and will contribute towards their work in the field of diplomacy. Fatou Khan speaks on behalf of her field participants.
The training has taught us to adhere to office protocols and best practices. It has also enhanced our skills in understanding what goes on behind planning and organizing of official ceremonies, international conferences, amongst others.
In remembrance of the pioneers of Gambian diplomacy, a portrait exhibition was organized at this ceremony. To expand the training program, the former Chief of Protocol for Gambia's first president plans to establish a school of diplomacy and protocol to prepare students in the field of diplomacy. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
In other news, Lee Properties Plus Real Estate and Building Materials Company on Saturday opened a new building material store in Latria as part of events marking its 3-year anniversary. Omar P. Jallo was there and he filed in this report.
Lee Properties Plus is a legally registered real estate and building materials company since 2018. The company is the brainchild of a visionary, hardworking, determined and honest Gambian entrepreneur Musa Lee, set up after 10 years' experience in Europe. At the event, Mr. Lee thanked his customers for the trust, confidence and support they have in his company and for sticking with him for the past 3 years. He assured them of the company's desire to expand and improve their quality of service to the customers. I am very much concerned about the welfare of Gambians. Therefore, when I returned to the country, I decided to venture into real estate business to create employment and improve the living conditions of people by making homes affordable and reliable to Gambians, especially the low-income earners. In his opening statement, the market research analyst of the company, Yaya Ba, said although building materials are mostly used in the construction industry, they play an important role as no field of engineering is conceivable without their use. While giving an assurance of customer satisfaction, Ba called on the company's customers to give feedback to enable them improve their service delivery.
We deal with the following materials such as rods, cements, British electrical cables, electrical pipes, sockets, PVC pipes, PEX fittings, plumbing fittings, galvanized fittings, and etc., all in good quality and affordable prices. As a market research analyst, I will always make sure I gather data and information to determine the potential markets, product demand, and pricing to help our customers as far as the company is concerned.
On the history and achievements of the company, Khadijatu Ba, the marketing manager, said when they started operations in 2018, they only had one estate in Jambur with 8 staff. Today, the company has over 20 staff with 8 estates across the country.
With proper management today, Lee Properties Plus have 8 estates in the whole of Gambia, and we're still counting more. We have sold 2 estates in the village of Jambur in less than 1 year. Which real estate can say that and come out and say, I have sold 2 estates in less than 1 year? It's only in Lee Properties Plus because of the trust that the customers have in us and also what we are showing.
The Chief Operation Officer of the company, Musa Sane, spoke about future plans and projects and how they will positively impact the lives of young people and customers.
We have a few projects that we are starting. Some of them are already started. like opening of a new building material store, which we are gathering here today, and also the standard mini market, which you can see in front of you right now. After completion of this project, we will also start to build luxurious building apartments in Latheria. Our main objective of our future projects is to help the youth and eradicate the unprecedented unemployment in the country.
Lee Properties Plus and Building Materials Company deals in land sales, property management, rental services, construction, structural designs, and building materials. They have estates in Jambur, Jambanjeli, Nemafulakunda, Sifo, Tanje, Latheria, and Mahmuda. The event was attended by the Alcala of Latheria, Ibrahim Dabo, Sekumbalo, Presidential Advisor, Pate Jallo, Police Commissioner West Coast Region, and Haruna Jallo, GDC Chief Protocol, amongst others. Reporting for QTV News, I am Omar P. Jallo.
Well, before we end this bulletin, let's take a quick look at our main headlines. President Adama Barrow, accompanied by President Alpha Conde on Friday, visited the main source of power under the OMGV project in Samangalo, Guinea. We heard how the Gambia commemorated World Environment Day in a bid to preserve our environment. Gambian journalist and co-founder of The Point newspaper, Pap Sen, has scooped the prestigious International Business Executive Magazine Award. Tough Leadership Academy on Saturday graduated its second cohort of 152 fellows after a year's training in leadership skills. In business news, 28 people graduated and were certified on Friday, having completed a 5-day training course on diplomatic practice, etiquette, and protocols. We heard what Lee Properties plus Lee Estate and Building Materials Company is doing to mark its 3-year anniversary. Well, that's it from me in tonight's edition. Thank you for your company and have a good evening.